So it appears that a woman was actually arrested at a Texas bank because she refused to follow the rules of the bank that you have to wear a mask inside of the bank. Now, there's a little bit of weird stuff going on in Texas, obviously, because the governor, Greg Abbott, he actually, I think he repealed the mandate to wear masks in general. And so that makes it to be kind of a weird thing because businesses can have their own rules, you know, and if there's no mandate from the governor, that doesn't mean that businesses can't do it. It just means that there's no, you know, state mandate essentially. And of course, as you guys know, Republicans are very in favor of private businesses' rights to do basically anything.
Hello. That one?
Yeah, that's her to leave.
Okay. Ma'am, I'll say if they ask you to leave, you have to leave.
My money's in this bank, and I'm going to take it out.
Well, then you have to
And
abide by the
after I do
rules,
that,
and you have to
the
have a mask
rules
on.
This is a state.
It's not. Businesses have the right to refuse service, even if you're not wearing a mask. That's their choice.
My money out.
Awesome. Well, you need to go and get a mask and then take your money out. You're not allowed to do.
I've been waiting here
Ma'am,
for about 10
listen,
minutes.
we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way.
What are you going to do, arrest me?
Yes, for intruding on premises.
That's hilarious.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and you believe in this?
I believe in it.
Do you believe in this?
The laws, yes.
The law says that I do not have to wear a mask.
You can not in public, but you're not in public.
rights.
You're not in
My-
public.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with you about
place.
this. This is not a public place. This is a
next in
private
line.
business.
I'm gonna do
No,
my
you're not.
business.
We're going to go outside.
Are you serious?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
Well, I don't know because
Let's walk. Go walk
obviously
outside.
you've got some issues
I've got issues.
that you're taking away
Okay.
people's human rights.
Okay. I'll say let's go
now
outside.
is
Let's
he
go
going to
outside.
shoot me, people? Is
No.
he going to shoot me for trying not to breathe?
Cool.
Come
Cool.
on, dude.
Don't do that. Oh no.
Do not touch me. Who do you think you are?
2010, one
oh,
resisting.
back up. Some old lady is getting handcuffed here. Here, people. Ow.
Ma'am,
Are
put
you-
your hands behind your back. Say it. You don't stop resisting. Stop.
Is anybody gonna like get real here? Really?
Relax.
No one's gonna get real? Wow.
Come on.
Oh, you're gonna smash my head to the ground now? Now you're smashing my arm into my private area?
Your private area?
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back.
My hand is behind my back, sir.
This one. Turn over on your stomach. Put your hand behind your back. Relax.
I'm totally relaxed. You're the one.
No, you are not relaxed. Not relaxed at all.
Right here, people. No, it's not. Wow, what a bunch of sheep. Okay, I hope someone's filming this. You're hurting me.
Oh, I'm filming it.
This is like cut.
Yeah,
This is
okay.
like cutting.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand yourself up.
And how do you suggest, sir? I'm like a 65-year-old woman here.
Okay. Sit
What are
up.
you doing?
Stand up.
Ayúdame, por favor.
Stand up.
Ayúdame, por favor.
Are you trying to speak Spanish to people?
I do speak Spanish.
Okay, well stand up.
Are you happy now, lady?
Okay.
I'm not happy. You
Okay, stand up. Stand up.
I refuse to listen to the...
Come on.
You know what? I think
She's
you
getting
broke
your
my
stuff.
foot.
Come on.
I think you broke my freaking foot.
Okay, I'll call her.
And that's my business over there.
Yeah, she's going to pick it up. Come on. We're going outside. One in custody.
Wow. Not wearing a mask, people. This is what they do to you.
Slow everybody down.
Okay, I've got my dog in my truck.
I got you. I'm 10-4. Send EMS for a 60-year-old white female. She's complaining of foot pain.
Yeah. You
Take a
broke
seat.
my damn foot.
Take a seat.
49, we're out, women.
Okay.
Take a seat.
Where's your mask? Where's your
I'm
mask?
6 feet away from you.
Oh, well, I was 6 feet away from those people
All
in
right,
there, too.
in there. Get inside.
Come on, you guys.
Get
Let's
inside.
get real.
1914, we're out, we'll be back in.
So Basically what happened is, and you're going to check out the video here, here's some of the quotes. The officer says, "Ma'am, if they ask you to leave, you have to leave." And she says, "My money's in this bank and I'm going to take it out." The officer says, "Well, then you have to abide by the rules. Businesses have the right to refuse service even if you're not wearing a mask." She says, "That's why I'm taking my money out." And the officer says, "Awesome. Well, you need to go and get a mask and then take your money out." When she continues to protest, the officer tells her, "Ma'am, listen, we're going to do this the easy way or the hard way." "What are you going to do? Arrest me?" she asked. "Yes, for intruding on premises." The officer says, "The law says that I do not have to wear a mask," she tells the officer. "You do not in public," he informs her. "But you're not in public. This is not a public place. This is a private business." So that is also absolutely true, of course, especially if it's just a repeal of a mandate that everywhere in the state has to wear a mask. That doesn't prevent cities or areas like that from enforcing their own rules, because it's going more to an agnostic position rather than an affirming position. And in addition to that, of course, as you guys know, businesses have a lot of rights in terms of refusal of service, something that Republicans support pretty heavily, of course, as you guys all know. So they certainly have the right to do that, of course. And then they got into, this confrontation here. Now, this is definitely a situation where, and with the whole mask thing, of course, every option needs to be exhausted by an officer prior to, arresting the person. But eventually, if you do refuse to either exit the premises or put on a mask, they have no other option, especially because you're not following the law and the rules. You're not following what the business is saying. So remember, this is a big Republican thing, right? Businesses are having the ability to refuse service. Remember, Republicans think that, you can refuse service to gay people. You know what I mean? So that's something that they support here, is what you can see. But it doesn't seem they're following it. So every option should be exhausted. But again, once you've been told enough times, every option has been exhausted, and you still refuse to comply with either wearing a mask or leaving the premises, they have no other choice but to arrest you, especially because this is a public safety hazard, of course. And in this situation, you're really you're not following the rules of the business. So it's just like if you went into a business, they're refusing you service on whatever grounds, and you refuse to leave, a police officer will arrest you in that situation too. So, it's just another one of these cases of somebody who is just too dumb for their own good, and it's one of those situations where they're so stubborn. You see a lot of these Karens, a lot of these crazy Karens who are just so full of themselves, so self-righteous, never thinking about anybody else, thinking that they're the hot shit, they can do whatever they want without any sort of repercussions. Also, one more thing I should add is, it's a struggle ensues between the woman and the officer, and she eventually is handcuffed on the ground. "Police brutality, people," she says. No, others in the bank can be heard saying, "No, it's not." So, again, trying to appropriate the police brutality thing, which is laughable. It's not police brutality at all. But this is what's going on in the country, man. Pretty crazy.